The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council stretched endlessly, its vast interior filled with representatives from hundreds of alien civilizations. Delegates from 847 species occupied their designated platforms as the session formally began. The air shimmered with layered translations as countless languages flowed through universal communicators. Ambassador Kethar of the Zepyrian Empire strode toward the central podium, his posture confident and assured. The artificial lights reflected off his deep violet skin while his movements carried the practiced elegance of a seasoned diplomat. 3 aides followed closely behind, each carrying data slates and sealed documents. High above them all, Elder Morak observed from his elevated seat. The ancient council leader showed no outward emotion, but his 4 dark eyes followed Kethar carefully. Across a millennium of life, Morak had witnessed countless rising empires make the same fatal mistakes. Honored members of the council, Kethar announced, his voice amplified through the hall. The Zepyrian Empire is here to declare a significant territorial expansion. A subtle unease rippled through the assembly. Territorial claims were common, but the ambassador's tone carried a sharp edge. We formally claim the Sol system and all associated worlds, Kethar continued. The native species will be relocated to more suitable planets where they may serve productive roles. Silence fell instantly. Dr. Yelandra, the council's chief archivist, dropped her data pad in shock. The sharp sound echoed through the chamber as her tentacles faded from blue to a pale white, signaling extreme distress. Nearby, the Altarian representative rapidly accessed restricted databases, his crystalline body glowing with warning colors. Elder Morak spoke slowly. Ambassador Kethar, perhaps you should clarify which system you mean. Kethar smiled, revealing rows of sharp teeth. The system containing Earth. The humans. Gasps filled the hall. A Vectari delegate shattered a crystalline appendage in alarm. Ambassador Tekanal of the Hegemony world stood abruptly, fur bristling. Have you lost your mind? Kethar's smile widened. We intend to take what strength entitles us to claim. Elder Morak rose to his feet, and the chamber fell quiet once more. Ambassador Kethar, he said evenly, are you absolutely certain your empire wishes to pursue this course? Without hesitation, Kethar replied. The Zepyrian Empire has subdued 43 species in the past century. One primitive world will not change that. A faint sadness flickered across the elder's ancient features. Very well. The council will neither support nor oppose this action. Murmurs spread rapidly. The neutrality was unsettling. Morak raised a hand for silence. Any species wishing to evacuate personnel from Zepyrian space may request immediate assistance. Kethar's confidence wavered briefly, but he quickly masked it. This seems unnecessary for a simple expansion. The session is adjourned, Morak declared, striking the ceremonial gong. As delegates dispersed in hurried clusters, emergency communications flooded the hall. Governments across the galaxy began evacuation protocols. Dr. Yelandra approached Morak quietly. Elder, should I prepare the memorial archives? Yes, Morak replied softly. Begin the extinction templates. How long do they have? She asked. 2 months until first contact, Morak said. After a pause, he added, 6 months of existence at most. Kethar, meanwhile, stood alone, confused by the council's reaction. His communicator chimed with a message from the Emperor praising his success. Confidence returned instantly. The Zepyrian fleets were mobilizing. Victory seemed assured. That night, deep beneath the council chambers, Yelandra accessed sealed archives. Holographic displays illuminated ancient records labeled Ultra 7. The image of Earth rotated slowly in space as the computer announced the beginning of first contact records. What followed were battle logs, tactical footage, and assessments filled with arrogance, each one ending the same way. Primitive humans adapting, learning, and eventually overwhelming empires far greater than themselves. Yelandra whispered to herself, they never fight the same war twice. And the Zephyrians were about to learn why. Across human space, ancient defense systems awakened. Lunar rail cannons powered up, asteroid miners retrofitted weapons, and deep space exploration fleets turned homeward. Admiral Sarah Chin stood calmly at the center of Earth's command nexus as reports streamed in from every colony. Mobilization was proceeding ahead of schedule. When Emperor Zether's vast armada entered the Sol system, he expected fear. Instead, he found precision. Human fleets emerged from hyperspace in flawless formation, ships unlike anything recorded in Zephyrian databases. Exotic energy readings flooded tactical screens. "This is impossible," Zether muttered. The truth arrived moments later, spoken calmly by human captains who had spent decades beyond known space. They had traded, scavenged, learned, and survived encounters with threats the Zephyrians had never imagined. Admiral Chen's warning echoed across the battlefield. "Withdraw now." Zether refused. The human response was immediate and devastating. Weapons that ignored shields. Kinetic strikes from impossible angles. Coordinated fire without centralized command. In just over 4 hours, the Zephyrian fleet was reduced to wreckage. Months later, Zether stood in a field instead of a throne room, guiding harvest machinery under human supervision. His empire still existed, but only as farmers, no longer warriors. Back at the Galactic Council, Elder Morak addressed a silent chamber. "Humanity was never peaceful because it was weak," he said. "They were peaceful because they chose to be." Admiral Chen appeared via hologram. "We don't conquer. We don't exterminate. But if threatened, our defense is absolute." The lesson spread quickly through the stars. Human restraint was not weakness. It was patience. And patience, the galaxy learned, could be far more terrifying than aggression.